That's what I'm looking for.
Mm.
It's on now.
Cool. Groovy. Yeah, look, high range. High range is a thing. I'm just looking for your message. So we don't disturb this
Well,
lesson.
you acknowledged that I had sent it, but it's no big deal, Alex. It's
Yeah.
just
Why did you
you
send
know.
that message? What did I say to you that caused you to write that?
Well, for one thing, I wanted you to know that yes, I can. I love playing anything you send me. I mean,
Mm,
playing the music is not a problem.
mm-hmm.
It's just for example, on the I don't know. On the piece, the which is coming along very well, much better today than it ever has been, I might add.
Excellent.
Send in the clowns. I've been on that piece. It seems like forever.
Yeah,
Not that I'm complaining. It's a
yeah,
beautiful piece,
yeah.
but they were. I was. Never mind. Forget it.
Ah.
Well,
Okay. You're allowed
well,
to
you were
state your,
you.
you can state your piece, Esther. I don't mind. I won't be upset. I promise.
Well, okay. I mean, and I appreciate that. I mean,
Hmm.
I just. Oh, I don't know. Forget it.
Okay.
I didn't want you to think that I didn't. That your argument was, well, I should verbalize on
Oh, that's
before.
right. Terrific. Yes, I can do it. That's right.
Well,
I
I
remember
told
now.
you I can do it, and I can do it.
I
The
love that
problem
energy,
is,
Esther. I love that energy.
but the problem is, Alex, is this: those high notes elude me, and I get annoyed as all hell. How does that sound?
Understandable. Very understandable.
That's what bothers me the
Yep.
most.
Yep. Yep.
And my hope is that I get up to A or B flat by the end of this
Oh,
year.
easy. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. That the attitude is such a crucial component
Well, that's
of
my
of
that's my desire.
yeah. So the when we this instrument is so precarious, it's such a tightrope that we walk
I know.
on it, and so often our desire to achieve something, be it a specific note, a range, whatever, our desire to achieve it, and causes us to really try. And for a lot of people, what that ends up equating to is they muscle up, they go, "Ugh," and they put in a lot of effort. And unfortunately, that can often be quite a counterproductive
Yeah, that's true. I
approach
agree. I agree
to
with
high
you
notes,
because
to
you
high
you
notes.
tense up at the pro and then you
You
don't get
tense
it
up.
done.
That's right. So conversely, or not conversely, but in addition, once that's been going through, like, oh, I'm putting in all this effort, I'm really, really trying, but it's still not working, then that sort of doubt tends to develop, and we get that voice in our head that says we can't do it, right? And that just leads to more tension, therefore even less likely to achieve
Yeah.
the desired result. So
Well, as I wrote to you in my note, I have a fierce determination to make it
yes,
so.
fantastic, fantastic, and it is a very
Well, thank
admirable
you.
quality of yours. It absolutely is. It's just making sure that, so something I think about a lot. Often our greatest strengths can be our greatest weaknesses at the same time, context
Yeah, but
dependent. And the point
okay, let
being
me.
that your determination is a tool that you use, and in a lot of circumstances that serves you very well. But because it's a strength, it's a tool we reach for all the time, all the time, regardless of whether it's the most effective tool for the job. And sometimes, especially if, as we've discussed, high range requires ease and finesse and delicacy and subtlety, that bullheaded determination might not actually serve us so well. So the attitude with which we go for it is
Uh,
really, really important. The reason I wanted you to be vocalizing the words "I can do it" in relation to the high range is just to lighten the approach, right? We are vocalizing some positive self-talk, and just
Yeah,
to
right.
allow
No,
us to.
I agree. I agree what you're saying. I agree.
Mm,
There was one. I sent you that the Star Trek. There was a group of 50 years of Star Trek written by different composers.
yeah, cool.
And there's one piece, of course, one piece that's called The First Contact, which was a movie. It's a gorgeous piece of music, beautiful for the horns.
Yes, yeah,
And there's one guy. There are two horn players that share the high part. And the second guy, when the second does it, and he hits that high note, he's just, he has that care in the world.
yes,
His whole demeanor is on, woo!
yeah, yeah,
I'm
good,
going, hey, gee!
yeah.
And that's just fantastic.
Yeah.
How some of these people can get that.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? So the thing I like to highlight for people, and that's a really excellent observation that you've made there, is that what came first? Did the high range exist and then they developed confidence about it, or did they approach it with confidence? And is that what enabled them to develop such a good high range? And I think it's the latter. I really strongly believe that it's the latter. So even if you're cocking it up left, right, and center, that attitude of I can do it and I'm going to do it easily, regardless of any evidence to the contrary, has to be just the strongest it can be. That has to be the most important factor. Okay, enough chit chat. Let's do some playing. Have you played yet? You've played already today?
I've already played. Alex, I want to tell you one thing before I go.
Mm.
And I'm going to ask a favor of you. I have to stop at 4.
Okay, directly on the hour. Easy.
Okay, the other thing is, I want to have a lesson next week.
Okay, cool.
Why is that? Is that if I have a lesson next week, then we can go back to the 2-week approach.
Okay, groovy. Let's do it. All right, playing. You ready? All on the F side. C, E, G.
Oh, come on, let's get a bit of that. Talk about confidence, right? Well, I can do this, Alex.
Good on
I
you.
have to stop laughing. I have to stop laughing for one.
Challenging. It's challenging. We're going to play a game, okay? This is something I've been doing.
Hey.
Yeah, go for it. Very fine. Very, very fine. Do you have a pencil handy?
I do.
Terrific.
No, I don't.
A pencil or a pen or something long and thin. I don't mind what.
Let me see. Where is that? Yeah, right here.
Show me. Terrific. Okay. I have a spit valve here. Do you see it?
Yeah.
This thing. I'm going to open my spit valve and I'm putting the pencil in here in that little gap so the spit valve is stuck open. Okay? Like this. And I want you to do the same. So our spit valve doesn't close because there's a pencil in it. Can you do that on your horn?
Oh. Yeah.
Terrific. So now when we play, we're playing and the spit valve is open. So I'm going to play that same thing. It's going to sound pretty rubbish, but have a listen. Your turn. The spit valve is open.
It sounds, it's blocking the air.
Well, the air is escaping out the spit valve instead of coming through the instrument.
Well, true, yeah.
Yeah. So it's less than ideal circumstances. Does it sound good on your end? It doesn't sound very good here.
No.
Good, terrific. That's what we're aiming for. All right, so, Esther, how we sound while we play is an enormous distraction. Yeah? Focusing on the quality of the sound while we are producing it, massive distraction because it doesn't help us sound good. All right, and so often while we play or while I'm trying to do something, that undesirable sound distracts me and gets in my way from being able to actually do it well, right? So by putting the pencil in the spit valve, we remove sounding good as an option. It's just guaranteed to sound a bit daft, okay? All of a sudden, this frees us up. We have complete permission and capacity to focus on how we're doing it because we can't sound good. And as a practice tool, I can't stress enough how effective this is. Okay? So we won't do a whole lesson on it, but for now we're going to do some warming up, some playing together with that. And anytime I think we've got a bit of a sticking point, we're going to go back to this and see how it helps. Okay? Good. All right. So leave the pencil in. Your spit valve is stuck open, so it's guaranteed to sound awful. What I want you thinking about, and obviously it's going to be quite unsteady. Did you notice that the little bit you played, it was a little bit like all over the place? Cool. So just really, really focus in on what your lips are doing and what your air is doing and how they interact in order to firm up and solidify the sounds that we're making. So I'm just going to play one G. I'm going to hold it. Sounds like arse. That's totally fine. How easily, how reliably can I produce that sound regardless of the quality? Nice. What do you observe? What do you notice?
Still sounded terrible. Yeah.
It did sound terrible. Okay, that's taken for granted, right? What else? What else did you notice?
Okay.
How did it feel?
It felt interesting, Alex.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I could feel my lips moving. They were trying to adjust the sound, despite the fact that I had that the spit valve was open.
Okay, cool. All right, see if you can, because what I noticed, and I'm just reacting to what you produced, so the result, it was a little bit unsteady at the start, but then you really did a very fine job of solidifying that sound and that note.
Oh, okay.
Right, so terrific. So whatever your lips did, that's exactly what we want them to do. See if you can find that sooner. Yeah, try again. See if you can find that stability in the sound sooner. Very fine. It's the wrong note, but that was lovely.
Yeah, it is right.
Yeah, but it was very stable. So that was a quality wrong note. We take that.
Thank you.
Higher. That's it. Good.
Yeah, but hang on. Let me try it again.
Very nice. Well, let's play an A flat, one semitone higher, sorry, a half step, we're speaking American, one half step higher on the F side of your instrument. Good. Nice. Okay. That was a little, you had a couple of false starts, see if you can really zero in.
Yeah. Plus, there was a little bit of blurp in the middle, too, Alex.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I know. See what you can do about it. And so it's just information, my friend. See if you can play past the stumble. Good. Okay. So just a couple of things to firm up your confidence a wee bit. One, playing with the spit valve open, it's unstable. It's inherently unstable. The horn is really struggling to find that slot where the notes want to sit. In addition, playing at this register on this side of the instrument is also very unstable. right? All of those notes are just one step apart. You can play A flat, B flat, C, D flat, E flat, F, G, A flat, all on that one side of the instrument. You can do an entire major scale, right? So very unstable, right? So when, can I ask, when it is unstable and then you resolve it, you sort of go through some turbulence and then you come out the other side, what are you focusing on to achieve that?
Well, a couple of things. The embouchure in the air.
Yeah, okay, terrific. What about them specifically? Because those are very broad categories.
Well,
what about the embouchure are you focusing on?
If I could take my mouth out and look at it and say, "No, what's going on?"
I know. It's a difficult thing to think about.
Well, knowing that I have this, knowing that we're doing this experiment of sorts, I have to rethink a little bit.
Absolutely. Good. What are you thinking about? Try again. Try and play the note. La. If it's unstable, and then you fix it, what do you do to fix it? Good. What are you focusing on?
Well, the embouchure mainly and the air.
Okay, fantastic. Again, though, those are very broad, general categories. When you say you focus on the embouchure...
I tighten up my lips a little bit.
Good. So that is the sort of answer I'm after, my friend, right? Really zoom right in on the lips. So you tighten up the lips. Where are you doing that? In the middle, on the sides?
Right in the middle.
Okay.
Well, cool. No, that's not true. I would say on the sides, because your middle, if you did that, then it would, it wouldn't be.
No, exactly, Esther. Very well done, my friend. Very well done. You're really coming along with this. Excellent. Yeah? Good. Very good thought process. Yes. Okay. So you have a little bit of stability, your foundations here. You're just a little bit extra engagement there. And so that's the process. And what's the result? A nice, stable note. Okay?
Yeah.
So the next step, start with those same settings. Don't wait for it to be a little bit fluctuating before you engage those muscles. Okay? So see if you can focus on having that nice and firm before you release the air. See if that helps.
Hold it, Alex. Just a minute.
It's all right. Focus.
No, that's the wrong thing.
Here it is. I'll play it for you. It's all right. Good. Yeah. Good. She found it. Nice. And when you say you're focusing on the air, what about the air are you focusing on?
Well, to get the support is what I need because of the change.
Support from where?
From the abdomen primarily.
Thank you very much. Okay, so both things that you've identified are more support for the note. So both here, we can quantify that engagement as being more support, and same with the air. Right, so you have to support the sound with your lips, with your air, and then it sounds pretty good. And even with these adverse conditions that I'm forcing you through, yeah? Okay, so as a way to train not only the ability to engage these muscles, but more importantly, I think, your ability to actually be aware of them. Right? So you're training, by going through this exercise, you're training your ability to focus on the things that are going to help you sound good. All right, so the experience that we're going through now, and we're going to stick with it because it's very beneficial. The experience we're going through now is not dissimilar to when you're playing a piece and you're having difficulty and it doesn't sound very good because we're making mistakes, right? The solution in that situation is the same as it is here. focus on forming up the lips and supporting with the air and the embouchure whatever it is we're trying to produce.
Okay, question though, Alex. This is you might say an impediment that we put on, or not an impediment. No, it's a.
Yeah, yeah. No, totally. That's a good word for it. I'm with you.
But when you take it out and then play it without that, then you don't have um, um, your lips primarily would not necessarily follow that same formation because you don't have that impediment.
It takes practice. It takes practice, right? So often
True.
we
Okay.
rely
on.
Just listen. Often we rely on hearing how it sounds to then, act, and that is reactive. We do a thing, and then we very, very quickly adjust. Okay, I think that's backwards. I think that's this is what I want to do. I'm now going to do these settings, and it's proactive. That is what this approach is developing for us. You don't produce a thing and then listen to it and go, oh, that doesn't sound very good, or it's too low, or it's too high, and then we adjust. No. You go, boom, and it is the thing that you want to produce. That's the order, right? I think that often we rely on our instruments to find the notes for us, to find that slot. And it's because the instrument is stable, it's a bit like riding a bike with training wheels. It's a crutch. And we rely on it. We just never realize it. So doing this, we've taken the training wheels off. You're going to fall, you're going to stumble, it's going to be rubbish, right? But that's okay. We have permission to sound bad. And so because we've given ourselves permission to sound bad, we can focus on doing it well. And I think that's really, really powerful. So we're going to keep going with this. So just the same fingering, right? We're not going to introduce any valve combinations or changing valve combinations because that's an added layer of complexity. Let's just stay on the harmonic series, get our lips used to driving the instrument well in adverse conditions. You just go up those three notes. La.
Well, your first finger or no fingers?
2 and 3.
Oh,
on the F side.
Okay.
La.
I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah. You really got to go for it. We can't be half-assed in this. It won't work. Lots of support.
Right. Okay. Come on.
Ah. Good, Esther.
Alex?
Very good. What did you focus on just then?
The same thing.
Which was what?
The lips and the embouchure and the air.
Specifically? What about the lips? Focus on the corners. I'm supporting here, right?
Yeah.
Supporting and engaging the corners, and supporting by engaging the belly. Yeah?
Right.
Support. So we can distill the things that have been very beneficial for you so far this lesson to just that one word, support. All right? As we go forward in this lesson and, in the future, try and have that as a bit of a mental touchstone. So before you play, support. That's just the soundtrack in your head. What am I going to do? Okay, terrific, I'm going to play this. Before I play, support.
What fingers?
Same.
One.
We'll just stay on the same fingering, 2 and 3. Good. Very fine.
Well,
Yeah.
interesting, Alex.
What's interesting?
My sound was sort of muddled, though. It wasn't
Of
as...
course it is.
Huh?
Of course it is. It's not going through the instrument. These do a remarkable job of making sound really good. And the
Thank you.
further, the where the sound escapes from the instrument is from that production, the better it sounds. Right? That vibration has to go through a very long journey to come out your bell, doesn't it? Like a couple of feet, like 12 feet or 14 feet or whatever.
Yeah.
Here to there, it's a foot. It's very, very close to the raspberry that we use to produce the sound. Okay? So it's understandable that it's not going to be the quality noise you're used to producing. All right? Cool. I'd like you to try that one again. Really think so, as well as supporting, try and really energize the air as you ascend. But really operatic. Good. Good. Nice. That was good. Can you achieve that same pitch more easily? Very good. Was that easier?
Yeah, it was.
Nice. Terrific. So I'm not going to tell you... Sorry, go on.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Alex.
I'm not going to tell you what pitches we're achieving. I'm going to keep that a secret until after we've been through this process, just so you know. Often, when we have context for doing this sort of thing, that mental block comes in. It's like, oh, this is that note. Oh, that is high, that is low, that is loud or soft. Therefore, it's hard. Now I can't do it. So we're just going to keep going through. We don't need to know what we're doing. We're just blowing air and with supported lips and abdomen and seeing what happens, right? How does it feel? Let's do 1 and 2. Woo, I had to work for that one. All on the F side. La. Very fine, very fine. See if you can solidify that note sooner. Ooh.
Now, come on.
And remember, we play past the stumble.
Yeah, we do.
At the moment, you're stumbling and just allowing yourself to fall over. I need you to recover.
Well, I have to recover and keep on going, Alex.
Yeah, that's
true,
it.
man.
That's it. Keep blowing. Good. There it is. There it is. There it is. So you were too low, you were too high, you were too low, you were too high, then you found it. See if you can minimize all those events. Much finer, much finer, much finer. Very well done. Okay, what did you think about? How did you achieve that? I don't need you to tell me, but that's what I want you to be thinking about, right? Was that repetition better or worse, more desirable, less desirable than the previous attempt? If it was better, how? Why? That's the thought process we need to be going through, okay? Because that's what I want you to do the next time. Good. See if you can come back to la. That's our bass note. We want to go up from there, but try not to drop below it.
That one?
This one, la. Good. Not bad. You're still coming down a wee bit too low for my taste, but that's better than it was. Let's keep going up. First finger.
Use the first finger. Okay.
Good. Nice.
Thank you.
I just want you to observe that the higher notes that you're playing feel very easy.
Well, yeah, they do.
Have you noticed that? Cool. All right. So
But Alex, why? Why is it easier? Is it...
Yeah.
Why is it easier? It's because we've got something
Why do you think?
that's
Why are we using the pencil in the spit valve? What was the main purpose of that? Do you remember?
not off my little head. No, I mean it's just something new. Um, Try to get the best sound we can with a pencil and a
So, kind of.
not
Does it
not quite though.
does it
It's a
sound
help.
good?
It help.
Does it sound
Pardon?
good using the pencil?
No, it doesn't. Well,
No. So it
it's better.
guarantees.
It's
It
better
guarantees.
than it was before.
It is. That's true. That's true. You're already much better at it. It guarantees that we sound like shit, relatively speaking, doesn't it? Doesn't it? And that's important because often, unless we've been through this process, unless we've really, really practiced doing otherwise, our sound, the quality of the sound of what we're producing is a distraction. Right? It's reactive. Our minds are in the past. If we're focusing on how we sound, we've already produced it. That doesn't help us sound better. Right? Doesn't help us produce things more easily.
No,
It's
no, it doesn't.
so far, because we've removed that as an option, we guarantee we're going to sound like crap. Because
So in
that's
other words, you're more concerned about the embouchure and the
always,
support.
always, my friend, that is the process, the input, the thing that drives the instrument. Always I am more concerned by that. Yeah, it is important that we know where we're going and that we know what we're trying to produce and that we can visualize and hear and imagine the music or the scales or whatever it is that we're trying to produce. But me imagining a bit of music is not what helps me create that music on my instrument. It's me focusing on my lips and my air and my tongue and my valves in coordination that achieves that. Yeah, so the input, what goes into the mouthpiece, what I am doing physically is what gives me a good result.
Mm.
Yeah. So we have for you taken sounding good out of the equation. It's not an option. Therefore, all of a sudden, you are completely freed up to think about breathing well and blowing well and supporting here, and all of a sudden, those high notes are easy. You ask me, why are they easy? Because you're thinking about the things that makes it easy. Instead of having it be just some random mystery of how we produce it, and we're focusing on the sound instead of how we're doing it, and that is not allowing us to go for it well, to produce it easily, to support that sound. Okay? Right? And up until now, I'm sorry, this is not something I've engaged with for a long time in my own practice, but there was some dark recess of my memory banks yesterday when I was teaching. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, that is what I went through. So we're going through it now. Right? So those high notes were easy for you because you were playing well.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's all right. And chances are, not even chances are, guaranteed that if you had produced that pitch in the same way with the same method without the pencil through the spit valve, not only would it be easy, it would sound bloody beautiful. Right? So that's the really important point. At any point, whenever you go back to playing normally without the pencil, your goal is not to sound good. Your goal is to play in the same way you're playing right now. Yeah, with the same focus. Okay? It just takes practice. It takes training. We have to practice our ability to focus on the things that we actually need to focus on. Yeah? Cool.
And that's what I needed, Alex. That's what I needed on it. Yeah, you're right. You hit the nail on the head, proverbial nail.
Yes, I'm good at what I do. Thank you. So, another way you can practice doing this, and humble. I know, it's amazing. Another way you can practice doing this, get some earplugs. Ooh, where's that earplug gone? Where did that go? Earplugs, one in each ear, Put your headphones on over top, play some static very noisily through the headphones with hearing protection, obviously, and then practice. Right? You cannot hear the pitches you are producing. So again, focusing on the sound is not an option. Right? However you want to achieve it, be it with the pencil, with headphones, or whatever, the most effective thing we can do is stop focusing on the sounds. Yeah, cool. We're going to keep going through this motion. So first finger again. Support. So we're in the high register. Make sure it's... Good, okay, all right. It's challenging. I need you to solidify. I need you to stabilize that pitch. The things that we're focused on so far will be your friends. Nice. Very good. Very, very good. So, I'm still not going to tell you what those pitches are, but those were some very easy high notes for you. Weren't they? Right? So, just for your own confidence and awareness, when you produce sounds on the instrument, as you just did, you are very capable of playing easily in the high register. Okay? Cool. Second finger, same idea. Nice. Stable.
No, it's nothing good now.
Okay, we'll see what you can do about it. Focus. Nice. Try not to come down so low. You're achieving the high note just fine, but low.
No. I'm too low still.
Yeah, it's too low, but I mean, this is not discouraging. The fact that you're
No, I understand.
You're going from here to here, which is harder than from here to here. So the encouraging thing is that how easily you're going up and down between the registers. Right? Not a bad thing to have achieved at all. Let's do the same thing open. La. Find that pitch. Good. See if you can find it a bit easier. Less effort. Awesome, Esther. Well done. Okay. Copy and paste those settings. That's how I want you to start. We can do the same thing. Do.
Let's see.
Oh.
Well, it sounds more like an elephant.
Good. Great. I'm fine with that. Can you try it again? Ooh, really blow as you get higher. More air. Good. Very, very fine. See if you can restrict yourself just to those higher notes. Yeah, don't collapse out of the high.
I'm dropping down too low.
Yes, you are. I think you're just collapsing out of the high register. So I want you to stay engaged, so we just stay up in that high range. Nice. Very good. Okay, so that's a high G that you just played. Right? How does that feel to how you normally produce it?
Nice.
Okay, great. So, in your mind, I can achieve high notes when I play them well. Yeah? Focusing on the sound while I produce it is counterproductive. It's unhelpful. It's not what's going to allow you to achieve the desired result. Okay? Can you articulate for me the things you've focused on and executed so far, process-wise, so far this lesson that have allowed you to achieve that? Can you tell me?
No, the embouchure of the air.
What about the embouchure in the air, Esther? Specific. Come on, girl.
Specific, firming up the edges, primarily.
And yeah. What was the one word we distilled that to?
I'll have to write it down one of these days.
That would be a really good idea. Support. You should write that down.
Yeah.
Do you have a different pencil to the one that is through your spit valve? Because it's probably a bit soggy. Probably a bit soggy at this point.
No, it's in anyway. Yeah, so it's the
Support.
embouchure and the support. Well, it's the same.
Support.
As
Support for both. Support the air. Support the embouchure.
Okay.
Yeah. Both of them. Yeah, and both of those things in concert. Music puns, love it. Both of those things together support the sound, support the range, support whatever note you're trying to get.
Let me ask you a dumb question, Alex. I know there's no dumb questions, but what do you look for as far as your? Because I'm just starting. This is the second year to work with you. You know, so guess what? We've got 3 more years. No, I mean, I'm hoping to go. I'm hoping to continue with that. I'm serious. Because the more I get it, the more I can get through my composition.
What was your question going to be? What was your question? What am I looking for?
What do you look for with your students? I mean, how do you? I mean, what age or what year do you expect your students to get to higher notes?
It depends. It is there's so many variables in that. How much do you practice? How much natural talent do you have? How intelligent are you? How well do you apply that intelligence to what we're doing? I've taught some very smart people who practice very stupidly. And I've taught some relatively stupid people, no offense to them, who practice very intelligently. Yeah, so some people will never achieve it. Some people are never able to get over that mental hurdle of letting go of effort in regards to the high range. Yeah? Yeah? But I don't think that's you, Esther.
No, thank you. I was going to say I'm probably in between everybody else.
We're all on a spectrum. We're all on a spectrum. We all are. So,
and I appreciate that because it's not me. I mean, I practiced today. I practiced for 20 minutes. Did everything in 20 minutes, and then Bill and I played. We've been working on Christmas music.
Cool.
And so we have some Christmas music that.
Very nice. Very nice. We're going to do some tunes in just a second. In fact, why don't we turn right now to Send in the Clowns, and I want you to play it with the pencil in the spit valve.
Okay. That sounds like great fun.
It will be a riot.
Well, I think it'll be fun, Alex.
Good.
I mean, if I were a dog, my tail would be wagging.
Good idea.
No, I mean that. I get so excited.
Yeah, that's good. So
I really do. I love my lessons, even though sometimes I'm
we really have to work and think about supporting through this. The instrument's going to be fighting you. E flat. Good. Keep going. Keep going. Good. Stop there. Nice. Very, very nice. Very, very fine. When you watch back, I just want you to observe some of the breaths you're taking are quite small. You're still managing
That
to
could be
do
a little bit, yeah.
you're still managing to do a fine job despite that. I think it would be really good if you could
Open up
take
more,
big
or
breaths and play. It would be even easier for you, right? So
yeah.
you're currently facing why are high notes hard work? Well, by the time you've gotten to the second page, if you haven't been breathing very well, then your lips are working harder than they need to. That's going to wear us out. That's going to make the higher notes harder, regardless of how well we're producing them. Right? So it's never high notes in isolation, and especially in a piece like this. What have we been doing in the lead up to it? If we're spending more energy than we need to, then we're not going to have it when we need it.
But you notice though, Alex, I did hit that F.
Of course you did. Of course you did. And I was pleased as punch with you for that. That is a separate consideration. But again, you're playing well despite the quality of your breathing. I would encourage you to play well because of the quality of your breathing, right? So at the moment, in this context, you're getting away with not the greatest breaths in the world, and that's okay, but there will come a point where that won't be sufficient.
No, I know.
Yeah, cool. So again, you played this beautifully. That was really, really lovely. And just be aware of how easy it was when we couldn't sound good. So all the things you focused on and during what you just played, you need to focus on them in the same way while you're playing, and you can sound good. So I would like you to play just those first 3 lines again. Can we do it without the spit valve? Without the pencil? And so take the pencil out of the spit valve, so you've got a normally working horn. I would very much... We are going to define success in this attempt, not on how good you sound, but on your ability to keep focusing on all of those things we've been talking about. Right? Support with the lips and the embouchure. And I'm going to ask you how you manage to focus on those at the end. If that's what you're able to focus on and you sounded like crap, success. If you sounded great but you weren't able to focus on those things, no success. Okay?
Well, let's see.
Ooh, training wheels are back on and it's hard. So just take a second to find a nice first note. Oh, just reacquaint yourself with the normally working horn. Can you play an E flat? E for echo?
Oh, yeah, I do a lot of times, Alex, and this may sound stupid, or silly, but I sing it through my mind.
That's fine. I have noticed that. That's very good. But for now, can you just play a beautiful fat E flat? E for echo. Oh. A low one. A low. That's it. That's it. Oh. Good. Okay. Remember what we're focusing on. Lips and ear. Supporting the lips, supporting the ear. Great. Empty your horn because you've got some bubbles going on. Very well done, Esther. What were you thinking about while you were playing?
Same things we talked about before.
Fantastic. Fantastic, my friend. Really well done. And how do you think it sounded?
Much better. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
the pencil on that thing really helps tremendously.
Yeah. And so just it's the I think the biggest benefit of it is that mental freedom. We shed responsibility for sounding good. We can put down that burden, and all of a sudden we've got the mental capacity to think about all of those other things that we ignore while we're thinking about the sound. Right? Good. Very good. How was it in terms of effort? Was that hard work, what you just played?
No,
Okay, good. Right. Spit valve back in with the pencil.
just the middle Yeah, come on.
Can you just play that much? Ya da da da.
Oh,
And
come
remember,
on.
if you wanted to, you could play all of those notes on thumb 1 and 2.
Right.
If you wanted to.
Right. Hang on just 1 minute,
It's
Alex.
all right.
This. Okay, I can let it stab me in the chest anytime now.
Mm.
Oh, that's lovely. I think that's
It's
fantastic. I love that.
delightful, isn't it? Please keep going. Ya da da da.
Gosh.
Okay, so hold on. We're focusing on the wrong things. Just take a second. Recollect yourself mentally. And then support. Remember? Support.
Well,
Bravo, Esther. Yes, my friend. Yes.
what did I do?
But you played it. You played it, and the notes worked, and the throat was nice and open. All of those notes were easy.
Yes, they were.
Yes, that's the first time I've heard that from you on that passage. Really, really good. Can you do exactly that again from the forte? A, E, C, D, ba, 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 ba.
Easy.
So exactly what you just played from the forte at the top of the second page. Ba, 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 ya, da, da, ya, da, da, ya, da, da.
Oh. You mean the A, E natural F? I mean C?
Yes, that's what I said. Correct. A,
Okay.
E, C, D.
Well, what I've done is I've cut my pages and I put them together.
Ah, okay, fine. The forte in bar 15.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
That's all right. So the
Duh.
same thing. The same thing again. Hold on. We're a little
Yeah.
bit too low. We're a little bit too low. So here are the pitches.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you just go from D E D E E E F
Yeah.
F F
Okay.
from the 9/8 bar?
Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, what?
So stop. That note you just played. D. That's the pitch I need you to start on. D E E E F F F E C D.
That one.
Yeah, but you've got the wrong fingers down. So D, thumb 1 and 2.
Oh, well, okay. I was backing up, Alex. Sorry.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Take the pencil out. important. What was the difference then, Esther?
I did not have my support. I get it. Continue.
Yeah, good. What were you thinking about?
To be quite honest, I was into, I don't know, maybe a little bit in a rush.
Okay, okay, cool. Slow down. Touchstone, support. Go. Okay. So I think you're putting down the right valves, but your lips aren't quite high enough.
Yeah, no. Well, oh.
Can I encourage you, Esther? Can I encourage you, before you do it, to take a really good breath? Right? Both of the times you've tried it just now, you've gone like this. You're like, tiny little breath. Tiny little breath. That was better. That was much better. Good. All right. So, still a little bit of a disconnect between how we play when we've got the pencil through the spit valve versus how you're approaching it now. What I think is really important, though, is that currently, I think it's very obvious to you the difference in how it feels both times. Have you noticed that?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Good. So currently, if all we've achieved this lesson is to highlight for you to be able to be aware of how it feels when you're producing it well versus when you're not, that's a pretty massive success. Okay? So you've achieved some really excellent production on your instrument so far this lesson. No doubt about it. Okay? We had to intentionally force you to sound bad in order to achieve it, right? Which is not a bad thing. It's just how it is, right? You've done a lot of practice habitualizing, focusing on how you sound. Okay, so that's going to take some work to undo and to allow you to habitualize, focus on the production instead. Baby steps, but we've started down that path today. Okay.
So you want me to do the pencil effect, though? I mean, to practice that too?
Very regularly.
Okay.
Yeah. So anytime you're struggling with something, I would encourage you to go to the pencil through the spit valve, right? So all the flexibility exercises that we do, or the scale patterns, so you could do with the pencil through, right? Just focusing on lips and continuous air. That would be really beneficial. When you then go to play it normally, just focus on those same things. And we're just trying to discover, how does it sound when we do that? What does that give us as a result? Yeah. So every time I practice, I just have to have the mindset, and I'd encourage you to do the same, is that we're just running a bunch of experiments. When I do X, Y, Z, what's the result? Whereas at the moment, you've got a result, or up until now, you've got a result, and then you're trying to reverse engineer that. And I don't think that's the way to go about it.
Well, it's coming along, though.
It is. It is. It really, really is. You played some beautiful high Gs for me. So remember this exercise? Right. Once that feels good. So you've gone this fingering, this fingering, this fingering, this fingering, this fingering. Once that's good, and we'll go at the interval. We're covering as a fifth. La da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once that's easy, open. Come back down to 2 and 3. Do a full octave. La da 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 da. Yeah. And if on your iPad you get it to hold a drone for you, for example, or make sure I'm in the right transposition, otherwise that's not going to make any sense. Hold on. Why are you not making any noise, iPad? Can you hear that?
Yeah.
kind of come back to that same pitch. You
Okay.
can do the same on yours. Okay, great. It's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I listened, Alex. So thanks a million.
Welcome.
And so can we continue next week?
Yeah, back to our normal day. So
Right,
Wednesday.
On Wednesday at this time.
Yeah.
I mean at 3 o'clock. I mean at 10 o'clock.
Your Wednesday, my Thursday,
Thursday,
10 o'clock for me, from my perspective. I'm a very
Okay.
selfish
See you
teacher,
then, my
so
friend.
I operate from my perspective, and then I leave it to you to figure out when that
my
is.
own. I understand.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, groovy, mate. Take care. We'll see you in a week.
Okay, thanks a million,
Bye.
Alex.
Bye.